All right, now we're in the prototyping phase. You have created 3 draft designs and you have picked one that you are going to actually make on the laser cutter. We are going to start in Launchpad and you are going to find Canva design software. We have used this before. In Canva, you are going to create a new design. When you create a new design, we are actually going to create a custom size. Your custom size, we are going to change the units from pixels into inches, IN. And we want to make this a square. So we are going to do 4 inches by 4 inches. And then click Create New Design. And here we go. We have our square. Now at this point, you are going to try to recreate your own design process on the computer using shapes and text. Let me show you how I'll recreate one of my designs. So first, I'm going to start with my elements. I am going to go to my Shapes panel, and I want my ornament to be cut out in a circle like I showed you before. So I'm going to grab the circle shape, and I'm going to drag it onto my Canva workplane. I am going to actually make my shape completely transparent because I want this to be an outline cut. And to make my border, I'm going to go to the border style at the top. I'm going to make sure it has a border weight of 1. And this is the circle for my ornament. I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. Now I also want to have a circle for the hanger so I can actually hang this up on the Christmas tree. I'm going to do the same thing again, but I'm going to make this circle a bit smaller just so it can fit a string or a hanger through it. I'm going to try to put it in the middle. I'm going to give it a black border of 1. And then obviously I want the inside to be empty, so I am going to change that color to transparent. So there we go. Now I have my cutout for my ornament shape and for my hanger to fit through it. The next thing I'm going to do is actually add my Merry Christmas. So I'm going to go to my text here. And from here, there are a lot of different styles that you can choose from. You can even try to search up different fonts if you would like to, such as Christmas fonts. But I actually found a font that I liked earlier. So I saw this Cue the Confetti font here at the bottom. So I'm going to click that. And I'm going to change this confetti to Christmas. And instead of cue thee, I'm just going to say Merry. Now I have Merry Christmas. Now I want Merry to be at the top, but Christmas to be at the bottom. And I know that they're kind of stuck together. So I'm going to ungroup these two things. I'm going to click Ungroup. And now I have 2 separate pieces of text that I can mess with. So I'm going to bring Merry up to the top. And now I want to curve these letters to kind of with the circle shape. So I'm going to go here on the Effects tab, and I am going to click Curve. And now I kind of have a little curve to my Merry. For Christmas, I also wanted to have a curve, but I'm going to drag the curve the opposite way so it curves up and drag it a little bit lower. Also, I want my Christmas to be more outlined rather than filled in completely with black. Remember our contrast. Anytime there's black, the laser cutter is going to burn that in, and anytime there's white, it's not going to touch it at all. And so I want the middle to actually be empty, and so I'm going to hollow out my Christmas letters. And I can play with the thickness until I find something that I like, and there we go. The last thing I'm missing is my Santa. I'm going to go back to my Elements tab. I'm going to leave my shapes, and I'm just actually going to search up Santa. And I'm going to see what images pop up. I'm going to go to Graphics, and I'm going to find a Santa that I like. And I like this Santa here in the middle. I am going to make Santa a little bit smaller. Okay. Remember, the laser cutter is just burning the wood, and so it can't actually make different colors like red. If we want to make those colors, we're actually going to have to paint the wood later. So for now, to make sure we actually understand the different contrast, we need to turn Santa into a black and white image. The way we're going to do that is by clicking the Santa and going to our Edit tab here above. Under Filters, I'm going to click See All, and I'm actually going to find the mono filter called Classic. This will turn it to a black and white image. And there we go. Now I can see the different contrast. The darker parts of the Santa are going to be burned in more than the lighter or more white parts of the Santa. And now we have our complete Christmas ornament. But there's one thing we're missing. Can you guess what it is? It's our colors to show what is going to be cut versus what is going to be engraved. Remember, our cut color is red. In order for the laser cutter to know what needs to be cut, we need to change to red. So my borders here, I'm actually going to go back to my border color and I'm going to find bright red. Before we download our image, we actually want to give our image a unique name. That way we can separate it on the Glowforge computer. Where we see Merry Christmas here, or you will likely see Untitled, we want to click and give this a name. I recommend you name it something like Ornament and then add your name. That way, when we download it, we know exactly who this belongs to and it's easy to find. All right, and now we should be done. What we are going to do is click Share. We are going to click Download, and we are going to download this as an SVG file. Make sure you click SVG. We also want to make sure that we have a transparent background. A transparent background will make sure that there is no white in the background of our image so that everything gets cut out specifically. Once you have your downloaded image, you are going to raise your hand and ask for Miss Lucero, and we will get you your image downloaded onto a flash drive. And then we're going to bring you to the Alienware computers where the Glowforge software is available.